Welcome, Facebook. This is Joe Hodge. I'm going to be your host today for today's Brains, Mind, and Destinies live virtual fundraiser. I'm going to introduce you to some awesome people. I'm going to share the awesome stories. And today is the day that we need your help. Yes, a fundraiser means we need help with donations for our students to go on to the next level, for entrepreneurs to have successful businesses. Today is the day. So sit back, relax. Let's check out these great stories by these awesome students and entrepreneurs.
Growing up, I am biracial, so my mom's white, my dad's black, and I was always told like, oh, you got best of both worlds, you know? But transitioning into being a barber, I braid and I fade, so it kind of gives it more leverage of the best of both worlds. Like, I cater to the men, but I service like braids and fades. That's my Instagram, she fade and braid. I used to think that I was just like a people person, like I was in the medical field for a while, and then I thought I just liked medical, like being around patients and stuff like that. But once I started doing hair, which I've been doing hair since I've been 12 years old, I like to see the reaction. I love to make people feel good. Like, I think it's amazing. I don't do it for the money. I do it because of how people feel after they've been transitioned or transformed into like their best. When I was 12, I was incarcerated, and I learned from a young lady how to braid. And when I got out, I was like, I'm gonna take this to another level. Like, at first I liked the type of attention I got from braiding, but the more that I grew up and I started playing with color and I ended up going to cosmetology school, I really enjoyed and got into like creating like this art. Like, it just became an art for me. It was no longer about the attention or anything like that. It was like cool to be able to mimic what somebody brought me. Like, I want to look like this, and it was like, ooh. And back then the braids are a whole different level now. Like, back then the most was just zigzags or, you know, box braids. So it's kind of just what it is. Sometimes I do feel like my heart is a gift and a curse, because I can hear somebody's story and I can feel it. Like, and I also have learned through the years of trials and tribulations that I can't always give my heart to everybody. So learning now that I'm older, learning to kind of say no and be assertive in saying no, and not giving a reason behind the no, because usually it'd be like no, I can't do this because I gotta go so and so. It's just the no and no. So I see myself as I'm a mother. I have 3 kids, 13, 11, and 3. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I do all this for them. So at one point I was in a relationship that wasn't good for me, but I stayed because of just what I wanted people to believe was a good thing. For Facebook, or thinking that I love, you know, somebody that wasn't good for me. And then he was taken from me, and my kid's father is doing 20 years of vet time. So this is why I do what I do, because I have to show my kids that there's a better life, and I want to be able to show them the right way of how to do things, how to hustle. This kind of reminds me of a hustle. You know, I watched him do his hustle for so long that ended him up where he's at now. So this is just something that I'm able to do legally. Like, I'm able to help people and charge what I want to charge, and be able to elevate. And that's why I decided to build my own shop, to have my own thing, because I was just so tired of doing something up under somebody else. I felt like I was making other businesses more money. I was helping that business grow. And ever since I was like 17, I remember writing down on my goals thinking, wow, I want to have my own shop one day. Like, how cool would it be to have my own shop? And here I am at 34, and I have my own shop, and it feels really good. When I look back at when I was 17, we had a senior book in high school. It asked me what my career wanted to be. And even then at 17, it was, I want to have my own shop. So when I look back to it now, and even being in the medical field for almost 8 years, I'm like, wow, like here I am in my 30s now doing what I love doing, when I thought I was a people person, but it's really, I love doing hair. I love educating people on how to make your hair grow, how to keep your hair from being dry, how to, how to keep up with natural and braids, and embracing and showing young women and men to love yourself. Because even though I'm doing hair, I'm also pushing confidence, and wow, you look awesome. And those 3 little words will make somebody feel like, really? I never even knew. I mean, I did a lady's hair yesterday. She hadn't been braided in 18 years. She's a recovering cancer patient. She had to go through chemo, lost everything. And for me to braid her hair and turn her around and spin her around in this chair, like tears. And I was thinking like, this one nothing but 4 braids and a little ponytail. Now I'm just wanting to just help people. I want to do back to school programs. I want to help and go down to the Boys and Girls Club and do free haircuts. I also did that the year before COVID, where kids would read a book to me and I'd cut their hair for free. So I thought that was really cool. Out of 12 barbers, I was the one barber that decided I don't mind doing it. Everybody else was like, how much I'm gonna get paid? I don't want to get paid for nothing. When I think of money, I don't think about anything like that. I just want to help people because somebody gave me the opportunity, and I want to push it forward. So my goal is just to show people that you can do it. I want to be an inspiration. I want people to talk good about me instead of bad. And I know people will always talk bad, but I just want to help people see that they don't have to be comfortable. And coming from Florida, I was just that mentality and that mental. When I moved here, I used to think, man, Austin is lame. Like, where the real people at? Like, I don't see none of us. I don't see, it's what if I eat another taco? So I was like, this is it. But I started being around different people, and the stories that I would tell, it wouldn't be funny to them. I'd have to be like, oh, I'm just playing. Because that wasn't cool to them. Being robbed, selling drugs, doing stuff, it just was not cool for them. But where I'm from, that's what's up. Like, that's how you get your little marks on your chest. Like, that's just how you live. And you think that you have to live the struggle. You have to live check to check. You have to hustle. You have to do it. But I just turned it into a different hustle. So when I am doing my thing with people, it feels good counting that money at night and knowing that I ain't robbed nobody. I didn't, steal from nobody. I don't have to look over my shoulder. Like I just told my kids, this is the first time we've ever been in a house for more than a year. I've been in my house 4 years, and that, to me, they're like, oh, that's cool. But to me, it means everything, because I remember 6 months in, now somebody know where we live at. We got to pack up, we got to go, we got to start all over. My friends couldn't even come to my house because he didn't know their intentions. So it's different now. It's like, even sometimes they're like, why you don't never invite us over? Because I'm still transitioning into thinking that people ain't out to get me. People ain't like that. So it was totally different. Like, I've had to rearrange my thinking, rearrange my friends, rearrange the people that I consider friends, because those are not the people for me. I have a heart to give to the heart, character, and leadership scholarship. And I have a heart to give because I got a big heart and I want to give it.
As we move on in this Brains, Mind, and Destiny's live virtual fundraiser, we're going to take the time, and if you have not yet, please follow the link below or scan the QR code and leave a donation today. This donation goes to help students. Who are those students, you ask? Let's take a look.
So I present to you the best of both worlds inside of a business with Dr. Mercedes, Dr. Hodges, the village parent, Mr. UTA, going on second year, Maverick, Mr. Kenneth, 38 that character and to have that leadership.
My name is Astor Chavez. I'm a graduate 2021 from Cedars International Academy. And this fall I'm attend Texas State University, and I'm planning on majoring in applied mathematics with a minor in computer science. And I want to thank the Heart and Character Leadership for pouring into my future, for giving me hope and having faith in me, you know, and seeing seeing for what I have in my heart and who I am and how I've been. The reason why I'm planning to be at applied mathematics is like a lot of people have inspired me to become something. When I was in school, when I was in high school, I remember 9th grade, I took algebra, and 8th grade, sorry. I was in 8th grade math. And I remember when this Miss Maria, which is one of my mentors, and one of the reasons why I am planning on attending Texas State University.
Whoa, Texas State! Woo! Bobcats in the house.
Bobcats, yes. And I remember she saw who I was and wanted to keep pushing me because she knew that I had the strength and the qualifications, you know, to be someone. And I remember when I was in 8th grade, she wanted me to take the Algebra 1, which is a 9th grade course. And I remember I didn't take it because I didn't feel as strong, as you could say. But that was, I think, one of the moments that it really explored and started inspiring me to become, you know, someone who studies math. And that's what I want to do. Anyways, throughout the years I've learned in school with Ms. Maria and Ms. Caldwell that
and Steve Zipkas.
and Mr. Stevenson, yes.
He's awesome.
And Mr. Ray.
And Mr. Ray.
Yeah. All those people have looked at me, never given up, and always valued for what I am and what I've been through. I always talk to everyone. I remember that I was shy to talk to anyone or tell them how I was doing, what was happening with my life, you know, whether it was my mom's divorce or whether I had to go find somewhere to live. You know, those things I was always afraid to tell someone. But this Misty Maria was always told me to open up and don't be scared because those who want to help you, like, want to know who you are and what you're going through, you know, to help you. Yeah, but I just want to do it. I'm studying math because I love numbers. What can I say?
Wow.
Yeah. I remember when I believe it was 10th grade. I got accepted into the Semi-Tech Foundation, which is basically a program where they take you to a factory where they process ships and computers, you know. And I learned a lot about engineering and how math is used in the field. And I got really inspired by that.
Wow.
And something that I'm really happy about is that I didn't want to go. I felt that bad for myself, or I didn't believe in myself that much. But Ms. Maria kept on pushing me every day. Every time the period ended, I still, please sign up. You'll get in it.
She's so awesome.
I know, she's so awesome. And I got accepted to it. And I just couldn't believe it. To be honest, my heart dropped. I was like, how can I do? Because I've heard about it. They said that it's a really good program. Anthony went to it. Yeah, he went to it. We all went together. And I remember when we went, I was like, wow, this is what you do? I was really inspired because I'm like, this seems like a dream. And
Really?
something that I learned is that I work at Pizzeria right now. I don't do anything. I mean, I do at work, but I don't use my mind. I don't do anything. I feel like a robot. And, you know, I've learned so many math. I've learned everything. You know, Ms. Maria always pushed me. You know, I pushed her too, you know, hey, teach me this, how you do this, what are matrices, all that. Yes, for example, in geometry, I did geometry last year because since 11th grade I had to drop out and it came back. I missed a lot. But I remember that when I finished geometry my senior year, we didn't do geometry because Dr. Trinidad thought that was basic for me. I knew that. And we did calculus.
You did
Yes.
calculus?
Yes, I did calculus and geometry because she knew that I wasn't
You had
being,
the potential.
I had the potential. And I told her, I want to be ready. I want to be ready for college, you know. I want to push. And I remember I learned derivatives, I learned all of that. I learned about matrices still. I remember all my pre-calc, things that I forgot. And those things come up. Yeah, and we learn about, like I said, derivatives, limits, all that. integrals, I remember. And yeah, and I remember that I loved doing that. And then knowing that I can go to college and study that and work for that, that is just really inspires me. That's why when I go to P. Terry's, I don't care. I work hard because I know it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it in the end, right? Like, remember, I just gotta keep doing this because I know that I'm gonna get that paper and I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work by using numbers. I'm never gonna go home tired, I can't shower. No, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna go happy knowing that I've done what I love doing and waking up the next day with like the heart full that I'm gonna go do what I love best, And I think that's the things. Something is that I'm nervous. I'm gonna be honest. I'm nervous to go to college. I am. Being the first one in my family to finish high school, everything. I have no steps, but thanks to you, Miss Caldwell, I have somewhere to go.
And
I know.
we're gonna support you.
Thank you.
And we're gonna support you. And guys, this is how you can support. I know y'all see me all the time, and I have this look. Support the kids. I have that look. But guys, like seriously. With that pandemic happening, it shut the world down. When this school opens, the kids are gonna be, as research says, the kids are gonna be 18 months behind. What are we gonna do to pour into the lives of our kids? Literally, it is up to us. I'm a first generation college kid. They said that I had a 1% chance. I had a father that had, again, a 5th grade education. He told me about his hands, but he made me use my mind. So brains, mind, and destiny, gifted brain. Your mind is powerful, and we have to help him reach his destiny. As I was talking with a stool, we have our appointments on Thursday, and he got accepted to Texas State, so proud of you. The biggest obstacle he's having is his housing. And so with the housing piece, we got everything done. We got the financial aid, we got the tuition, working on books pretty much. But what's gonna be a challenge is the housing. So we're coming up with the down payment for his housing. And then what we're wanting to do is pour into at least some rent money. He has some roommates. And so Stu already knows about the budget because we talked about the budget. Yeah. And we talked about loans and good loans and grants and scholarships and things like that. But hard work pays off. I need you guys, I'm serious. If you have $1, if you have $5, 50 cents, $50 or whatever, pour into our future math leader.
Thank you.
We need you. A stool, we thank you. Much success. Too much is given, much is required. Now, you're in the heart, character, and leadership village. So you now know that you actually got to give back to the seniors and the juniors and Cedars International Next Generation High School and anybody that needs help in math.
Anyone, yes.
So that's your commitment. So are you ready for the challenge?
That's what I want to do.
Okay. So on July 10th, what we're gonna do, we're gonna ask you to dig into your pockets. We don't need you to say it's empty. Again, I wanna see who's gonna even give $1 because it's a seed. And what do we do with seeds? We keep watering them because they're our future. Congratulations on your acceptance to Texas State. We will support you 24/7. You have a mentor in Joe Hodge and the village. We love you. May God bless you, and may God bless your future.
Amen.
Hello.
Hello.
I am here with Anthony Smith. And guys, as we continue with our recipients, I got something that will inspire you. You know about the dreaded ACT test? The highest you can get on that exam is a 36. I want to tell you something. This young man blew it out the park. What did you make? Tell them.
I made a 30 on the ACT.
And the SAT?
I made a 1370.
Wow. So as you can see, guys, oh my goodness, people go and spend a lot of money on expensive workshops and all of the different methods on how to master this test that is for entry into a college or a university. And some kids that like seriously got really high GPAs and all of that, they get this test and then you see them like zombies because they're so afraid, like it stresses them out. But with Anthony, math to him has been with him all the way since 3 or 4. I'm gonna let him tell you his journey because this is our second recipient for the heart and the character in the leadership. The way that I met Anthony and Kenneth. They saw me looking sad because my sister had died, and they saw me with all these flags, and they saw me with all of the bulletin board stuff I needed to put up. And Anthony saw me on the ladder, and Kenneth, they said, looks like you need some help. So guess what they did? They literally, Mr. Zipkis gave them the flags and all of what they needed. They put up my little college hall of fame. And so because of them, the college culture was born. So Anthony, thank you for always having a heart, the character and the leadership, because you helped me with the food piece and serving the students in the evening. So thank you. But I want to go back to that 30 ACT and close to 1,500 SAT. Tell me a little bit where you're going, what you plan to major in, and walk me back to when you started loving math.
I am 17 years old and I plan to attend Texas A&M University. I'm going through their engineering program, majoring in chemical engineering. I'll start at the Galveston location, and then I'll go to the main campus in my engineering career. So for me, I started really loving math when I was really young, about 4 or 5, I want to say. So back in the ancient year of 2008, we didn't have all of these fancy technologies where we could get streamed movies and TV at hand all the time on the road. And when I was younger, we used to take road trips to Mississippi. We still do, actually. But when I was younger, I was a really restless child. And so once all the DVDs ran out and the video games bored me, I had nothing to do. And so one day, my parents decided to do a little math worksheet and give me one. And I remember just doing it, and I fell in love with it. I would work on them and finding different things in them and just seeing like those patterns, even at those really young ages, like 5 or 6, was really interesting to me. And I kind of just fell in love with the subject there. And I still have a strong passion for math.
Wow, so what do you plan to do with, I know you said engineering, so with what preparations that you're having to go towards that, do you plan on solving the medical science with a cure? Because that's when I met you. You were telling me about something that it was about, you had gotten a cure before the cure. So talk about that.
So for me, when the science aspect of engineering came to me, that was in probably around 7th or 8th grade. I think it would be 8th because it was right when I started with Cedars. We had little projects where we had to come up with 10 ideas to change the world. It was in Misty Maria's class. And a few of the ideas I had, they were kind of like general ideas, but I've seen recently that scientists are trending in that direction. Like I had an idea that they could use little nanobots, like really small robots, to attack cancer cells. And that's actually the direction that they're going right now with trying to beat and kill cancer and attack it with those tiny robots that can fit, like, they're really small. They're like the size of blood cells.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
goodness. And that's what impressed me about this young man. So I'm like, guess what? Put it on your college essay. That's what you do. Like, and he just talks about, oh, I just got this and that, and I just put it together, and it's patterns, this and that. And I'm like, can you get me into your brain, which is gifted, to your mind, which is powerful, because your destiny is bright. So, Anthony, you have really super parents, and your mom is your best cheerleader, and your dad, you have so much support, and you have a little sister. So tell me some clubs or things that you were involved in when you were at Cedars, and how you plan to transition that into post-secondary in your college years.
So, well, when I got into high school, I started participating more with the school than I did in middle school. In elementary, I participated some, but we didn't really do clubs at my elementary school. But at my high school, since it was a really new location, us students had to found the clubs. And so I got participating in being one of the first members in clubs like student council, and even contributing to founding Key Club and different clubs like that. And for me, that was a really fun thing to do, where we would get together and work on establishing something for the future generations, as well as just doing something, I guess, productive with our time. Because after school, after you've done your homework, you don't really do much involving school. Most people will go and they'll watch TV, or they'll play video games, or they'll just study for a test the next day. But they won't give much back to the school as a community. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do there. Also, during this pandemic, I've been trying to work with my sister, helping her with math and things.
Thank you.
Because they have her in a new program. And so I've been trying to get her to work with the math problems and help her with it. Also, just to give back to the community, I've always strived to do that. And so around 5th grade, I want to say, I started working in the ministry with my church. I worked over the media department in the youth, and I would help run the media and help contribute in any way I could. And I also helped to build up new leaders from the youth so that they could eventually take my place, because eventually I would have to move on.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Now, this is where you come in. You see why he has a heart of a champion? Do you see why he has the character and integrity? Because he's thinking about his little sister. He's thinking about all of these organizations that he chartered to get started for his community and global change, and how he doesn't just want to leave, he wants to leave a legacy so that it could continually move on. So, Anthony, we are proud to be a part of your journey, as you're part of the village. And Dr. Hodge, this is another one of your mentees in the village that we have to give back. And Dr. Mercedes, we have to give back to Anthony and his dad and his family. So please, guys, again, you're kind of gonna hear me say this a lot. We need your penny, we need your dollar, we need your $5 times 10, 50, 100, whatever. So Anthony, what he has done, he's written some scholarships, but they have another child along the way that they have to support in college. He has two parents. They take care of their parents. So we need to pour into the lives with Anthony. We need to help with the housing and a little bit on the tuition. So I need you guys to support Anthony Smith as he's a future engineer that loves math. That's going to help us in our village. So congratulations, Anthony, on being the 2021 recipient for the Heart, Character, and Leadership Scholarship.
Thank you.
May God bless you. May God bless your future.
Okay.
Okay, guys, this is a treat. I am here today with our 2020 founding member of the Heart, Character, and Leadership Scholarship, Kenneth Pratt.
Thank you.
Kenneth Pratt was the first person that I met at Cedars International Next Gen High School. He saw me with all my college stuff, and he saw me putting all that stuff up, and he's like, looks like you need some help. And so he started talking about a little bit about him. He thought that he was seeing who I was like trying to see what was in that brain. Gifted. His mind, powerful. His destiny is off the chain. So with Kenneth, he does a lot of things, but he's very humble and quiet with it. So I'm gonna let Kenneth kind of talk a little about his journey because guys, guess what? Your donations last year, as we were just starting this, poured into the life of Kenneth, but we want to bless him more because he is going back in year 2 after the pandemic. So we really truly need your help. You know, first year they really throw out those scholarships to those freshmen. That second year, you got to really go through a scavenger hunt to try to find those funds. So with Kenneth, we just want to help him with tuition, help him with housing. He's learning to drive, have got driver's license or whatever, put a little gas in his car, and we just need to love on him and pour in some seeds. So here's Kenneth.
Hello. Thank you, Ms. Caldwell. So first of all, my name is Kenneth Pratt. I'm currently going to be a sophomore at UT Arlington starting this fall. But a bit about my journey there. It's been a rough one. So I initially started at high school with the rest of the lovely people over there from Cedars International Academy. I started there not really knowing much, just sort of being a shy fly on a wall. But it really took some time to help blossom with some of the amazing people that I met. I know a few people have talked about Misty Maria. She's been an amazing inspiration to all of us. Mr. Zipkis, he's been an amazing person as well. And Coach Caldwell, coming out of left field, I never would have expected her to be such an influential person in my life, but she's really helped me out a lot. Overall, it's just been a really great journey of meeting people, being able to experience new things, and just overall spread my wings a lot more than I ever thought would have been possible. But I've been able to do a lot of great things with the people here, such as starting a key club with some of the other individuals at the high school. It's just been a really great opportunity to allow some of us to begin volunteering within the community, and we've passed it on to the future generation, so hopefully they continue to do that. Student council was another big thing that we were able to accomplish there. Once again, being one of the founding members of that, being interested in the debate team, just helping out wherever I can, volunteering within the community. Volunteering has always been a really big part of my life, something that I started about at the age of 4 or 5,
Wow.
just going around volunteering with my family, local food drives, giving out food to the homeless, helping with building projects, just anything we can get our hands on, something to help give back within our community and also build a better bond as a family. It's something that's always been a big part to me, and that's something that I've continued to do throughout college as well.
Really? Can you give me some examples?
Sure. So I'm currently under the Big Event, which is another wide-scale volunteering organization that some colleges may have. I knew I wanted to give back just to any community possible when I moved to Dallas, the DFW area. I didn't really have anything to do there. I wasn't able to volunteer. It was a really big shakeup for me, and I was like, how can I get back involved? And that was the perfect way to do it. So I applied to be a director there, and I got accepted because of my previous volunteer experience, just being knowledgeable, just having the heart to give back, and they
Yes.
really wanted to see that. and someone that they just sort of shot up the chain. So now I help coordinate volunteering events within the Dallas area, making phone calls, getting sponsors, just everything. Just trying to make sure that people have the opportunity to give back while giving back myself. So that's always been a really big thing for me in high school and college. But yeah, academics has been a big part of my life as well. I was a top 10% scorer on the SAT.
What was your score?
I believe I got a 1350, so definitely took some time to get that. And I'm once again very thankful to the community that helped me get there with all the inspiration and all of the drive and the pushing that they gave me, knowing that I had the possibility to succeed, and they just really helped me push me across that mark to make sure that I could do everything in my power to get the best score possible. But even now, I'm still trying to give back to the other community. So I was trying to help the seniors of this year, just sort of coaching, mentoring them, but they really have a lot of things down. They're just really bright and gifted students. They really do have the brains, mind, and destiny for it all. But yeah, volunteering has just been a really big part of my life, and hopefully that I've been giving back to my community. Y'all will be able to help sow back into that community over there in the village that we're helping build at Brains, Minds, and Destiny.
Okay. And the last part, just tell us what you're planning to major in.
So right now I'm in public relations communications, just trying to, not entirely sure what I want to do. I'm interested in internal communications, which is once again making the flow of everything within the communication standpoint of a business work, make sure everyone's on the same page, making sure that we're working as an entire unit. That's something I've always been interested in. Sort of management and community, which is a really big thing in my life. So tying those things together for a job sounds like something that would be really good for me.
Well, kudos to Kenneth, guys, because he's trucking along. The first year is the hardest. Let me take that out, throw it away. The most challenging year. And so therefore you build that foundation, but it gets better. So what I love about Kenneth, he does the flyers, he's the media man, anything that we ask of him, he does. His mom is amazing, and she's awesome, and she's on the team, and she's on the village, and she's pouring into the next future generation. What I need you to do, just because he received the Heart, Character, and Leadership Scholarship the first time, we really want to double that. And so we really need to support him in housing, tuition, books, again, gas money. So all of these things. So again, I'm not gonna even ask you, but look in your pocket and support our Heart, Character, and Leadership recipients. Kenneth, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And continue to do great work. May God bless you and bless your future.
Thank you.
Hello, community. I am here with Nathaniel Thorpe, a recipient of the 2020 Heart, Character, and Leadership Scholarship. Nathaniel, when he graduated from Manor Early College High School with an associate's degree. We're so proud of him because now he's at the University of Texas, majoring in social work. So Nathaniel, you have the heart, the character, and the leadership. And that freshman year, maintain a 3.4 plus GPA, and you're going back your second year. So very proud of you. Community, here's Nathaniel.
Okay, yeah, so I go to the University of Texas at Austin. My freshman year was all on Zoom because of this pandemic. And one of the challenges was being in my room all day and not really, going on campus or meeting new people. So the motivation was lacking. And so there was some time where it was easy to just lay in bed and not really do anything than actually do the work. And so some of my grades were kind of going down, but then towards the end of the semester when I was, meeting with my mentors, meeting with my therapist, they were kind of helping me guide through the challenges that I was going through and all of that. And so I was able to finish my freshman year with the 3.4 GPA.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about social work and the clubs that you started, because that's actually the heart and the character and the leadership to be that community agent going out there doing systemic change?
So the first semester I started as an undecided student, and then I tried to explore different majors and different opportunities. And in high school I did a lot of volunteering, so I was kind of led to helping others, and that's why I found social work. And so when I joined social work this semester, we talked about the challenges that were going on in America and the stuff that our people in the Black community were facing. And one of the things that I started this semester, or I'm working on starting, is the student chapter for the National Association of Black Social Workers, to help Black social workers get together and try to make an impact in the Austin community and in the community around Austin.
So you're chartering actual startup community organization. Awesome. Was it kind of sparked during the pandemic?
Yes, during the pandemic, and speaking with my mentors and speaking with my mentors when I was at NHS and all that, they kind of helped me connect with the right people to talk, to set up and have meetings, to also start the chapter.
Wow. So going into your sophomore year at the University of Texas, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Since I transferred with the credits from early college, I'm considered a junior.
What?
So
Oh, I'm sorry. I called you a sophomore. You're a junior. That's a lot of money you saved.
Oh yes, yeah. And so since I came with all those credits, I'm supposed to graduate in 2023, and then the plan is to go straight into my master's and all that.
Okay, awesome. Wow. Are you planning to still continue with the University of Texas in your master's?
Yes.
Wow. So, guys, this is Nathaniel Thorpe, and Dr. Hodge and I, Joe, we have a great connection to Maynard. And so therefore, this is giving back the seeds to our Maynard community. And so Nathaniel is a part of the Maynard community, now a part of Central Texas and the world. So we need to continue to support him because he is going into his junior year. So he's on a fast track. So we need you to really pour into him financially and investment into Nathaniel's future. We thank you, and Nathaniel, continue to move towards your destiny. We're so, so, so proud of you. And people, you only know 1% about him because this young man is a world changer. That's why you are a recipient of the Heart, Character, and Leadership as you continue to give to the community. We thank you, and we will support you. So guys, continue to support Nathaniel.
Thank you.
So you heard the wonderful stories that these students have, the bright future that they have in front of them. Now is the time for action. We need your help. We need you to sow in their lives. And you can do that by investing in their future right now. So today, go into your wallet, find what you can, and give for the future.
Because I have a heart to give, but we have a heart to give.
As one half of K&H Legacy, we are a real estate group who uses our platform to help our future. Want to know more? Check this out.
I am here with K&H Legacy. Legacy.
Yes, ma'am.
Excited. My name is Rosalind Caldwell, and I am the CEO and founder of Brains, Mind, and Destiny. And I am so grateful and thankful to K&H Legacy for just really believing in our kids and pouring the seeds on July 10th for the future. So when we talk about legacy, we're talking about really truly building the foundation. So K&H Legacy, thank you, first of all, from our organization, and thank you so much for pouring into the lives of our future generations.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
So I just want to first of all, kind of give my personal just testimony about Joe Hodge and my new friend, Jamil, and just really talk about this journey. This is very personal for me, as this is a divine appointment. I literally remember meeting you for the first time, Joe. And I call you Pals, Mr. Pals, because everything that exemplifies the character, the heart, and the leadership, that's exactly the name of our scholarship that you guys are going to be supporting and helping us to get the awareness out of our scholarship. Again, thank you. So many people always, when you're asking them to just kind of pour into the lives of kids, first thing they say is, what I have to do, what does this mean? What I liked about when I met you, you always said yes to God. Very spiritual.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's our connection.
Yes, ma'am. 100%. Yes, ma'am. Well, I'll say thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And we're excited to partner with you in this opportunity. The thing about K&H Legacy REI, I'll let Jamil kind of talk about how the name and where it came from, and we'll expand upon that. But the main thing about it is educating for the future, per se, right? And so, kind of talking on how we met. Jamil, if you want to kind of explain how we kind of walked in this together, and the name, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, appreciate the kind words. Also, I appreciate you confirming who I decided to partner with.
Oh, yeah.
I knew Joe, but you took him to
Yeah.
a 20,
Oh,
you know.
And because it's birds of a feather.
Absolutely. No. I give Joe a lot of credit. You know, where we're at today in our business with a lot of what we're doing is because of Joe. So, again, just affirms everything you said about him. But yeah, so we started out this journey into real estate. You know, there was a couple of reasons behind it. The first being a legacy. All right, we wanted to leave a legacy not just for our kids, but for our kids' kids as well. So we wanted to make sure we had something to pass on to them. Obviously, we both love real estate, and being able to leave something is just a byproduct of that passion. The second aspect of it is the education. One of the big things that we talked about, you know, and just from a vision standpoint, you know, things that we think about on a daily basis. When we go into a property, it's like, hey, let's make this a template, and that way we can just give this template to somebody else. So they're not starting from scratch, right? They already have a model that they can work from. So that was a very, very important aspect of us starting our company, is being able to give back. We know that you know, as a culture, we have a lot of obstacles that we have to overcome before we can get to the same level playing field as other cultures. So we just felt that, hey, if we can at least provide guidance for free, if we can provide that guidance to our youth and anybody that is wanting to get involved into the same industry, let's just be that path that they can come to and get transparent advice, you know, free advice.
I love the word transparent.
Yeah, transparent, right? We do videos about our properties. You see everything we get into, but we want you to understand, you know, every aspect of the business. We have nothing to hide. There's plenty of money for everybody to make money in this business. So we're not going to hide what we do so that the next person, you know, it's not a secret. So as much as the gurus love to tell you, you know, there's 10 secrets or whatever the case be, there's no secrets to the space.
So you're changing their mindset and the way they think of things.
Absolutely. You have to change your mindset. And you know, not to misconstrue the topic of working for someone. We both, all right, that was how we both started. But at the same time, when you're looking to build a legacy, it's much easier to do that when you can work for yourself.
Yes.
And you can determine how much income you bring in
Generational prosperity.
versus being limited by somebody else that wants to put those limitations on you. So absolutely, renewing your mind, right? Just kind of thinking outside the box. And how you talked about, hey, this is where we're at, this is your destiny, this is the middle ground, right? My pastor, I heard him refer to that as the defining moment.
Crossroad.
Right. So it was a big leap for us to jump out and to start the business, right? We knew, okay, well, we're gonna have to supplement our W-2s until we can get to a point where we can start doing this full time. Whether you invest $0 with us, we're still happy to help and provide the same guidance
Wow.
that you would have whether you invested with us or not. So again, it's truly about making sure that we can arm this next generation with the tools, because the wealth gap is real. Leaving generational wealth, all of that is a very real thing, right? And just think of, so I'm 41, right? Just think of had we started this back in our 20s,
Oh, yes.
or even 30s. Just the amount of mileage that we would have, where we be today, right? Leaps and bounds. So, we always are opening ourselves up to younger kids. I say kids, but 20s, right? Early, mid-20s. And we always let them, hey, come monitor, come walk one of our projects, come sit in on the project.
So no age is too young or too old.
No age is too young.
And I will say, working in education, I had one of my students reach out to me this summer on Instagram. Hey, Mr. Hodge, I see this. Can you show me how to do this? And he calls and texts me all the time. And not that I'm tired of it, but I'm just so excited for his future, because you're in high school. You're not even a senior yet, and you have this mindset of growth, of wanting to change the trajectory of where you should be, and he's self-motivated to do so. And so I applaud him for that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different aspects of the business, right? We started doing flipping, and now we have new construction projects, and then a longer term goal is apartment complex investing, right? To where we just own apartment complexes, and you just get the passive income from that. So that's even bigger picture. So we are nowhere near where we will be. So like you said, when we have this next conversation.
Next year, this time for what's going to be in your accounts.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, so no, absolutely. We appreciate the partnership. Again, as part of our core foundation is to be able to educate the youth in any way that is, whether it's financial sponsorship, whether that's them reaching out to us directly, whether that's them coming to seminars.
Seminars. I see a lot of seminars. I see I'm talking to A+ Teachers Credit Union. I'm not just shouting them out. Everybody else that I know that I'm working with, but I'm working with them specifically because they have accounts that kids can start an account as early as $10.
Right.
And so what we're wanting to do with our youth, what I have started, is that every month they put money into that account.
Absolutely.
And so when we look at that report card, and so therefore, hey, if you got an A, it's worth $2. If you got a B, it's worth $1. And then whatever. So, but teaching them to have an account and just know what money is.
Right, and that's what brought about the giving piece for us, right? So we talked about money, right? Working in education, I see the deficit that some of our students are faced with, right? They're graduating and they don't know how to use a budget. They don't know how to use credit cards correctly. Some of them still write paragraphs as though they're texting. And so the thought came, how can we change that? How can we help these students? Yes, we can go to legislative and get them to change this and that, but it's a long process, right? How can we help these students right now? And so that's where K&H Legacy wants to be that help. We want to provide seeds, and we want to provide scholarships, right? And that's where the money...
We're going to keep y'all busy. Y'all know that I'm getting a lot of calls.
Right.
And this is going to be a video that's going to get a lot of hits.
Yes, ma'am. And that's where the money piece comes from, because when someone invests with us, yes, they're investing for their future. They're learning about real estate, but the profits that we receive, they're going to donate, right? 2 to 3% of the profits, and you say that on a large scale, like with real estate, we will use that as seed money for some young person to start a new business. If they can learn, once they learn how to create a budget, we can give you seed money to start your business.
Or we're going to call it sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
Because I tell them, hey, roll those sleeves up, and they have to do something for you guys. Like all of the kids that, like when you pour into the two young men, literally, staging, whatever you need, painting, they have to give back. Because that's how we're building that legacy, that we really can be hard workers.
Yes.
Hard work pays off. So thank you.
And it's also just about exposing them to something outside of their cultural norm, right?
Yeah.
If they were to come in and see, especially somebody that looks like them, say doing something that they may see only people doing on TV.
Yes.
Well, if they're exposed to that, then now they have the opportunity to do better, just because their mindset has been expanded to something outside of their normal day-to-day. So providing those same opportunities as well, I think is very beneficial for kids. If you think about the long term, right? All the different options they have that they can pursue. Because the majority of the time it may just be school, because that's what somebody has taught them, right? So when you look at real estate, well, yeah, it's not the traditional, they might not be a bachelor's degree for real estate, but there's also a lot of other intangible benefits to doing real estate that you might not get with a degree, right? So there's benefits to all sides.
Yes, yes.
There's lessons you can pick up from the real estate side that you can then go apply to whatever degree you get when you start working in the real world. So it's full circle, if you will, I think is what I'm getting at.
Your organization really, truly making a difference in this world as it's kingdom building, like teaching people to fish for a lifetime.
Right.
I see it. I see the connection. So please, guys, I'm talking to you face to face. What God has put into these young men, I'm certifying, I'm qualifying that they're the real thing. Like seriously, you want to be able to trust people that don't talk about it. I'm sitting in it. I'm sitting here, guys. So what I'm wanting to say is I didn't even know that today was going to be possible because I'm supposed to be with my 35th anniversary. But I'm going to remember this day because it's very special to me now. Because this is big. You want to get in on this. If you want to be a speaker, mentor, come help paint houses or whatever, guys, this group, K&H Legacy, they're building communities. We are a village. So let's pour into this business. Let's pour into it. So anybody that has ever received a gift from God through me, because he gets the glory, not me. Invest.
Want to give a big thank you to Miss Rosalind Codwell, the heart and soul behind Brains, Minds, and Destinies. That concludes our live virtual event. Please, it's never too late. Share the link with someone and donate today. Be blessed.